Today, I would like to briefly walk you through some of the features and capabilities of an expense planning module CarpeDatum has developed utilizing IBM Cognos TM1 and Enterprise Services. Over the years of developing and deploying TM1 planning models, we have found that having an easy-to-use guided user interface makes it easy for non-sophisticated users to navigate and manipulate data. Consequently, we've created Enterprise Services. Enterprise Services is a platform that works with TM1 that allows developers to easily create web applications based on IBM Cognos TM1, utilizing standard web development languages, in this case HTML5 and JavaScript, all without having to know the complexities of the TM1 API. Once users have logged into the application, they enter the expense planning module by selecting the button, which brings them to a page that displays the cost center organizations within this particular company. Users select the cost center they'd like to work with, and this cost center is used for each of these subsequent tabs. It displays the planning status for that cost center. It also contains some features down below where they could set up new expense accounts if they needed that. It will also do some automated budget seeding and can also be integrated with SPSS for statistical forecasting. On the Planning tab, users are presented with a grid for data entry. The account list presented here can be easily expanded or contracted as needed. It's worth noting that this list is driven by MDX, which allows administrators to have fine-grained control over the accounts that are displayed for each given cost center. This is actually a forecast scenario. So the first 2 months, it's a forecast starting in March. So the first 2 months are actuals data, which are displayed in black, and forecast periods are shown in blue. Users can enter information at the account level or at certain levels of aggregation. So if I enter data here, I could put in $25,000. You may have not seen it because it went by quickly, but a little red indicator light popped up as this information was sent back to TM1 and all the aggregates were appropriately updated. In this application, the client also wanted the ability that when they click on an individual account, they can actually go in and enter line item detail for that particular account. So in this case, we're working on consulting and professional services. Users come down to this table below, and they can type in this case, we're going to go ahead and say, enter a TM1 project. And what I'm going to do is actually make it, let's say it's $8,000. When that data gets entered and I click Save, it actually updates, but it will auto-spread the cost of that $8,000 over the months. So this application has been designed where users can enter in at a total level and it will auto-propagate to all of its children. Or if you type in back up here, you can also enter data at an aggregate level and it will automatically proportionally update all of its children. If users need the ability to analyze this information or do alternate spreading techniques, they can simply click this Analyze in TM1 button. What it does is it automatically navigates to a TM1 web cube view that allows them, and you can see they can drill down, there's the data we just entered, but this gives them all of the slicing and dicing capability they're used to in standard TM1 web, while also allowing them to go back to more of this guided experience. The Variance tab is designed for end users to do variance analysis and provide commentary. Users select from the drop-down the time period and the scenario they wish to compare. In this case, the users can compare the full year 2014 working plan which is really a forecast as of October 2014 to the original 2014 budget. Commentary can be entered at any level of detail. All the user does is select within the screen, and they can edit and add as much commentary as they would like for that particular account. Users can also sort the variances high to low to get an idea of which ones are the most variant and which ones are the most positive. But if we go look at the most variant and we expand this out, we can actually see that it's this particular account which makes up the vast majority of the variance, and you can see the users were able to enter their explanation. We've also added a number of other components on this page to make the variance explanation process much simpler. In this case, let's go ahead and compare the February 2014 budget against February 2014 actuals. Users have already started to enter some commentary in here, but I wanted to just drill down on one in particular. So if a user drills down, let's say in this case, on consulting and professional services, and they can see that the variance is about $10,000. What they're able to do is once they click this button, the screen gets split into two panes. This shows you an alternate view where you can look at the variance not only for the current month, but you can see it over time. And looking at the January expenses compared to the February variance of $10,000 that we were analyzing in this pane up above here, there's the $10,000 variance. You can actually see that trend over time. And you can see that the user realized that, and he started to write a commentary about the fact that it was due to timing. If the users would like to do further analysis, they can come down and select the actual line item detail radio button. What that does is that actually brings up the line item detail that makes up that information, the actuals information. Users can easily sort that by vendor or by amount, and they can augment their commentary and explanations above as needed. While they're there, they can also click the Update Plan button, because if the user knew that that variance was due to timing, they could simply come in here and edit the information appropriately to update their forecast. As you can see, this guided experience allows users to concentrate on the task at hand with minimal mouse clicks. They don't need intimate knowledge of the underlying cubes or have to spend time navigating across each one of them to the appropriate intersections to get to the information they need. The Summary tab provides a quick graphical breakdown of costs year over year. So users have a drop down where they can compare one year against another. The Reporting tab allows users to go in and look at information that is contained within the application folders of TM1. Anything you put in the application folder will automatically be shown in this screen. So in this case, this is a cube view. Users could also pull up any sort of TM1 web reports or web sheets that they have created. So that allows users to have an integrated experience with any of their existing web sheets, but they can also have more of a guided sort of experience here with either this variance page or the summary page, all combined with the reporting. Hopefully, we've shown you how a guided experience developed using CarpeDatum's enterprise services, combined with the power and flexibility of IBM's Cognos TM1, can make the expense planning and analysis process accessible to almost any user in an organization. If you'd like to learn more about enterprise services and how you can use it to create this type of experience, please visit our website.